you a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here. I'm excited to have you guys here, excited to do these videos for you guys today. If you are a first timer to the channel or to the Strat, then welcome to you guys as well. I'm happy to have you guys here also. If you haven't subscribed before, you can do so down below. Hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I send out videos every day, just like this one. This is our watch list for Monday, May 23rd. Okay, so I send these out every day. I send out top 5 plays every day. I send out weekly swings, monthly swings, informational videos, motivational videos, learning tools. I've got a 4-part series on the 30 and 30 setup, part of the strat, coined by Paul Ituaru. You can go check out that series. I have videos on what these little numbers mean below the candlesticks. I put these on here to help you guys out. I don't really need them, but I think it helps a lot of you guys out. I keep getting requests to keep them on. How to trade inside bars, how to trade outside bars, how to trade 3-1 setups, okay? So all kinds of other good stuff. You can follow me along and check out all those videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can comment there, you can DM me there, you can ask questions there. There are no dumb questions. You guys have questions, ask away. I'm here to help you guys out. And you can do the same thing on any one of my YouTube videos. Go ahead and ask me a question, comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. You can also subscribe by hitting this little Clark Griswold face down the bottom right hand corner. So let's get started on this watch list for Monday, May 23rd. And we will start with Neo. Neo has this inside bar, outside bar setup, so this 1-3 setup. So we're going to look for a break of the outside bar. Move that down. So an outside bar breaks the high and the low of the previous candle. An inside bar stays within the range of the previous candle. So you can see this inside bar here did not break the high, and it did not break the low. Okay, and then the outside bar broke both the high and the low of this inside bar candle. So this inside bar is a 1 candle. The outside bar is a 3 candle. All other candles are 2 candles, whether it's a 2 up or a 2 down. And we'll go through that as we go through this video a little bit more. Okay, so inside bar, outside bar. We are going to take the break of the high of this outside bar. You can buy common shares with this. You can take call options on this. I play options, so that's what I talk about most in the videos. So we can take a call option at $17.60. The way I would play it, I would take the closest expiry, and I would probably be playing 18 bucks on this one, okay? An $18 strike. So we can take the call at $17.60, and the preceding wicks, the top of the preceding wicks, like you can see right here, I just went to the next highest wick. That becomes our magnitude, or our first target, or the pivot point, or whatever you want to label it as. Those wicks are where we take our profit, okay? And I can do one more up here for you guys just to show you, okay? We can also, if we trigger to the downside of this outside bar, we can take puts. I wouldn't short common shares, so this is why I talk about options a lot. We can short this with an option play with a put option. And again, if I'm looking for a strike price, I'm probably taking 15 off of this $15.69 target. And then our trigger, and then our first target is this 15.65 mark. So the magnitude, or the first target is not great, so I would watch that if we hit that to make sure it doesn't reverse on us and start coming back up. Okay? And if it does start coming back up past the 50% mark, I think I have an indicator for that. I think it's called the SSS 50% rule. It's not on there. Let's go look at that now. Okay, right there. SSS 50% rule indicator by Wolf and Bear. We can click on that. And that will give us our, where is this here? I think I have to do some editing with that. It does give you a note. And it's not on there. So let's go back into the indicator tab. SSS 50%. Oh, there we go. So make sure you read that note when you guys are done. And then this line, is it this one right here? This blue line is your 50% mark of this outside bar on the day. Okay, so again, if we hit that target and start coming back up through, you can start looking at playing Sarah, Strat Snipers, 50% rule. I also have a video on that, so you guys can go check out that as well. I'm just going to take that off to make it look a little cleaner. Okay, so that is on Neo, and again, we can take our triggers for the puts at 1569. Closest expiry is how I play it. You guys can get further out, so less risk. And then the green lines are just your targets or your pivot points or your magnitude, or where the bulls have their stop losses to the downside, or where their bears have the stop losses here. Okay, so let's keep moving on. We'll go into Paramount, P-A-R-A, that's Paramount Global. So Paramount had a 2 down green on Friday. So what that means is this 2 bar, I'll zoom in here a little bit. This is a 2 bar because it only crossed the low side. So we call this a 2 down. It barely crossed, but it did. So we call this a 2 down, but it reversed to come back up and finish a green. 2 down green. So it's a failed 2. And it's also a hammer candle. We also have the day, the week, the month, and the yearly are all green. So that's something that helps in our favor. The problem is Monday, until Monday rolls around, we don't know what this day and the week are going to be. So Rob Smith would say, let them open and let's see what happens. So we can take this trigger at 32.81. Our first target sucks. It's only a 5-cent difference at 32.86. But the next one, if we hit it, is way up here at 33.39. Okay, so again, just watch this as it comes up. If we hit targets, just watch for a pullback, okay? XOM has a 2 up now, so we only passed the high of the previous candle, and it finished red. So there's a couple things on this one. 2 up that finished red. I'm going to look for a reversal to the downside. So when the candle opens up tomorrow, I'm going to say probabilities tell us that we are going to trend to the downside. So we can trigger this for puts at $90.40. And if you guys look, if I zoom out, you can see what we've got here, okay? I'll zoom out a little bit more, and you can see that broadening formation we've got, okay? Lower low, lower low, lower low. Okay, and then from here we've got higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. And what happens is we go to that higher high, to the lower low, to the higher high, to the lower low, to the higher high, to the lower low, to the higher high. Okay, so we're going to look for this thing to come back down here. And we can draw if we want. We can do this. We'll take that as the second one, and here. There we go. So then we have a broadening formation again within a broadening formation, okay? So a lower low to a higher high to a lower low to a higher high. And we're going to see if this thing can come back down to this range at some point in around the 80 bucks. Okay, that $80 range, 80, 81, 82, something like that. So I'll zoom back in here. So based off of that, we're going to look for puts on this one at $90.40. Our first trigger, or our first target, again, is the bottom of the preceding wick. Now, there is no wick there. There's just a body, which is fine. But that's how we would play ExxonMobil. If you guys have questions, make sure you guys are leaving them down below. And just take a quick minute to give me a thumbs up there if you guys are liking the video, okay? So Chewy, CHWY, has an inside bar. Full time frame to the downside. Again, we don't know what the day and the week are. If you want this indicator here, click on your indicator tab, type in time frame continuity, author is board rider B. If you want these candle numbers, type in candle type the strat, author is Crinklebine. Okay, so on Chewy we have this inside bar. So as I said earlier, the inside bar does not break the high or the low of the previous candle. We stayed within the range of this candle. So we didn't break the high or we didn't break the low. So what that shows is consolidation. And an inside bar or a one bar acts as a I lost my train of thought here. I was looking at my time. The inside bar acts as it's like a spring, okay? It gets spring loaded. And when it's consolidating, it's a tightening range, so it gets tighter, and it's getting ready to explode to one direction or the other. So if we go back and look in time on Chewy, and go back and look at history on Chewy in the inside bar, we can go back and look. This inside bar exploded to the downside for a long time. This inside bar exploded to the upside for 2 days. This inside bar exploded to the downside for 2 days. This inside bar ended up being an outside bar. You would have had money to gain to the upside though before it reversed. Okay, inside bar and up, inside bar and down, inside bar and down. Okay, so when I started trading options successfully for the first time, it was because I traded only inside bars. Okay, that's all I looked for and that's all I traded, and it's true on any time frame. Doesn't matter if we're looking at a 3 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 year. Doesn't matter. Okay, inside bars all work the same way. It shows consolidation, and they become spring loaded. So we can take calls on Chewy at 25.67, and we can take puts on Chewy at 23.56. So the first target on Chewy right here is this pink line. Okay, so if we go to the weekly, I make my weekly lines pink. So what we have when we're looking at next week, so on the weekly, and I should have a video out for you guys on this, but the weekly we had a 2 up that finished red. It's a failed 2. Okay, so we're looking for a 2 down reversal. We had a 2 up, now we're looking for a 2 down. And that trigger for the week is the first target on the day. You guys understand that? This trigger to go 2 down on the week is the target. It's the first target right here to go 2 down on the day. Okay, so now if we go back to the week and look, our first target, and we can put it in here to show you guys, the first target on the week is way down here at 22.68. So if we go back to the day, our second target on the day is the first target on the week. Okay, makes sense? We'll move on to the next one. CVX. CVX, same thing. 2 up that finished red. Okay, so we're going to look for a put on this one at $164.11. Our first target is the bottom of this wick. Now it looks like we've tagged the top of this broadening formation here. We've tagged the bottom here, so we've gone higher high, lower low, higher high. And we'll see if we continue to trend down to this point down here. But we start with taking puts at this $164.11 mark, okay? Airbnb is next. Zoom in here for you guys. Airbnb has a inside bar. Okay, full time frame to the downside. We don't know what the day and the week are going to show us on Monday, so let's let them open up. Inside bar, we can take calls on this one at $116.33 and puts on this one at $108.50. First target here. First target sucks right there. Okay, and then the next one is the top of the preceding wick. Okay, that's Airbnb. BIDU. BIDU has a 2 up that finished red again. So we can take puts on this one at 121.25 And again, our first target is just the bottom of the preceding wicks, like so. Okay, Cisco up next, CSCO. Cisco has a inside bar. Okay, so we can take calls on Cisco at $43.02. Our first target is here. Our second target, which I don't think is likely that we hit on Monday, but it's up here. It's the bottom of the wick, and the reason we do it at the bottom is because we have this gap, meaning there's no candle here. We gap down. So when we have this gap and we go up, we take the bottom of the candle on a gap, okay? And then the next target we can take at the top, right there. Okay, and if we trend to the downside on this inside bar that shows consolidation, we can take puts at 41.52. Our first target is right here. Okay, and if we go back and look at time again, in time, and look at the inside bars, break to the upside for 2 days. This inside bar here, nice breakdown. Okay, we go back, we had a double inside bar, which, as you guys know, if you have followed me, we've hit a couple of really good inside bars and a few really good 3 inside bars on the 30-minute. Okay, so we trend down here off of this inside bar, trend down here off of this inside bar, trend up off of this inside bar. Okay, inside bar, down, inside bar, down. Okay, outside bar, inside bar. These 3-1 setups I really love as well, but we break it and we're gone. This inside bar, break to the upside. Inside bar. This one didn't work. This one did. So you can see we're going through these, and one, maybe 2 of them really didn't work out of the 10 that we just looked through. So powerful setup, and they're easy to play, guys. It breaks and you're in, and you hit your targets. Okay, it breaks to the downside and you're in, hits your targets. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Is Datadog. D-Dog had a 2 up to finish red, full time frame to the downside, so we can take puts on this one at $90.18. The day and the week, we'll have to let them open. DocuSign, same thing, 2 up red. We can look for puts at $72.96, and it's actually a little less than that. It's probably, there we go, 72. It's probably 72.90 is what I'm thinking there. 72.87. Okay, that's your trigger for your put. Your first targets are here, second targets here, and again, as we go to the weekly, we can look at DocuSign. DocuSign had a 2 up red, full time frame to the downside, and our basically our second or third target on the daily is our trigger for the weekly to go 2 down. Okay, so pay attention to that as well, but again, we'll go through that on our weekly video also. Target is up next, TGT. Target had a 2 down, meaning we only broke the low of the previous candle, so a 2 down, but we did finish green. So I look for probabilities for this to come back up to the upside, and our first target on target is here and here. And we'll look for a reversal and then a new broadening formation to the downside on target. Okay, so that is TGT. Next up, we've got Twitter, TWTR. Twitter, another inside bar on Twitter, and a hammer candle. Okay, hammer candle meaning we have this big body up here with this long wick, looks like a hammer. Okay, so we can take calls on Twitter at 38.31, and we can take puts on Twitter at 36.75. Next up, we've got Uber. Uber had a 2 up red, so we can look for puts on this one at 22.40. And again, you notice the pink lines we've got here. Those are our triggers for the weekly, okay? So pay attention to those. Again, we'll go through that on our weekly video. W, which is Wayfair. It's one I found with a double inside bar. Hopefully the premiums and the bid-ask spread is okay. They looked good when I looked at them. So we have a double inside bar on Wayfair. We can take calls on Wayfair at 51.98. And again, if you know me, you know this will be on our top 5 plays. And then we can take puts on Wayfair at 47.96. We'll go through it a little more on the top 5, okay? So that's Wayfair. Next up, we've got Zto Express, another double inside bar that I found. So again, watch the top 5 video and we'll go through this one in a little bit more depth, okay? So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, fair enough. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know why so I can make them better for you guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.